So the Rockets win the tip. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. So on the floor for Houston. Harden and Ariza out on the perimeter. Howard is out there with Smith, and it's Terry in at the 1 spot. Now here's Dragic. Dwight Howard missing his last shot. And that one's good. Dragic has got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Heat.
Well, the drive to the bucket was nice, but how about the finger roll finish? Beautiful.
The Rockets, of course, at the forefront or vanguard as far as advanced analytics go. Some in the NBA have scoffed, but hey, they're doing something right.
Now, here is Harden. He's coming off a 31-point game against Toronto.
Yeah, guys, it seemed like he spent about half the game shooting free throws. I mean, credit him for his aggressive play.
Now, here's Dragic. Harden missing his last shot, and that is good. And as you guys know, the Rockets at the forefront technology-wise, too. You see coaches with electronic tablets.
Well, they installed flat-screen monitors in the locker room, highlighting stats and videos for players. So, you know, they're trying to close the loop and create that line of communication between the numbers crunchers and the players themselves.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Wade dishes to Dang. Back to Wade. Heat moving the ball around. Walker's shot is off. Looking at Miami, they took their win in their last game against the Detroit Pistons.
And they drew so many fouls in that game, guys. That was one area that really stood out when you watched it.
Yeah, guys, to me, that was just a case of lack of discipline on the other side. And, I can't say any more than that on it.
And here's Dragic following Jason Terry's 3. Out to Wade from deep. Rebounded by Howard. Houston's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. A shot by Harden, wide open, and another 3 for Houston.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
Yeah, they have the defense on the run right now because every pass seems to have a purpose. They're getting great movement, great spacing, and they're really lining them up defensively.
Heat have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Wade passes to Dang. Back to Wade. He sinks the 11-footer. Wade's got his first points of the night.
His presence is very comforting for this team. He's kind of a fallback option for them anytime they need it.
D-Wade draws a ton of attention for his explosive offensive talent. But people tend to forget what an impact player he is in other facets of the game as well. I mean, he gives you rebounds, assists, steals, block shots. I think it's his all-around game that has him assured of being a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Here is Harden. He's got 6. It's tipped. It's stolen by Dang. Wade against Harden. Here's Dragic. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. 6 points for Goran Dragic. The Houston Rockets, they come into tonight following a loss to the Raptors.
Yeah, they gave away a lot of points at the free throw line in that game. Maybe it was being on the road. Maybe they were just out of sync, but something had them rattled.
Steve, I don't know if it was the biggest reason for that loss, but clearly the misses from the stripe had an impact.
Now here's Dragic. He had 10 points in the win against Detroit. Ariza has the open look. Wide open shot is on the money. Ariza's got 5 now.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Yeah, absolutely. They made the steal pay dividends instantly in the open floor. Yeah, the referees all over that one.
No doubt about it. Clearly a foul. Nothing to argue about there.
What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Houston?
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
Yeah, their passing has been terrific, too. Clark, we're seeing a lot of assists, really moving, a lot of flow offensively. I like what I see.
The Heat making a switch here. Haslam's checked in. Smith with a screen on Dang.
Well, the Miami Heat, since the Big Three assembled, have been a polarizing team. Some fans rooted for them, others rooted against them. Either way, they've been an incredible story for the league and become just a huge draw around the NBA.
A different look for Miami. Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Walker. Johnson comes in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Chalmers in for Goran Dragic.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
And now with the Big Three era coming to an end, Miami now perhaps one of the more hated teams around the NBA, but they are still at the forefront of the league scene in the East.
And while they might have lost a bunch of the bandwagon fans, by no means is this team finished with being a title threat. There's just too much talent on this roster, and for the first time in a long time, they might enjoy being viewed as underdogs.
Ennis, he's checked in for the wall dang. It's stolen by Johnson. The finish, and Ennis with the slam. Just floating to the rim on that slam.
Boy, when he gets up and stays up.
Boy, smooth and graceful. How about the hang time? That's impressive.
Now here's Terry, right now averaging 7 points a game. Johnson outside, and Ennis slams it in.
Boy, the prettiest play in basketball to me. Execute it to perfection.
I don't think you're going to get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop.
Well, unless you're the team getting dunked on, of course.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
I'd say that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, it sure did. A good job getting it started and a better job finishing it off.
Harden kicks to Ariza. Kicks it out to Terry to end the run. And good on the basket. Hook it. Terry's got 6 points.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Ennis dishes to Beasley. To the right side. Rejected by Howard. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession.
Now, severe lack of awareness on his part. He had no idea he was near the out-of-bounds line.
Miami's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Ennis misses. The Rockets have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Ring shot on the way. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
You know, when the shot's not there for you, you've just got to recognize it and move the ball on.
Yeah, I think he had tunnel vision right there. His only thought was to shoot it, no matter what else was going on.
Heaves it up. Shot is off. And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And when you consider how the Heat are doing, Stephen Clark, what are your thoughts?
I was impressed with their transition game, guys. They really got out and ran the lanes.
Yeah, they did. I mean, no better way to get easy buckets than through fast breaks.
Chalmers and D. Wade are the guards. Then there's Whiteside. Then it's Dang. And it's Walker in at the power forward. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Ariza passes to Harden. Goes back up. He takes it up and lays it in. Harden's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for Houston.
You know, Josh Smith is a very talented player, but if you have to pick his game apart, he's a bit of a tweener. You know, he's not really a power forward in a traditional sense, but not a three-man either. He's an athlete who can do a lot of different things, but so much depends on the players he has around him. It needs to be the right fit.
The Heat trail by 4. Wade kicks to Whiteside. And he pings it home with one hand. There it is, guys. That Olay defense. Just watching him go, Clark, right by.
I think we might be seeing which team is ready to take control of this game.
Yeah, that's a dunk that could absolutely get them going. I agree, Clark.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
And the basket by Chalmers.
You know, passing the ball well on the perimeter has really opened things up offensively for this club.
Steve, it makes the game easy. I mean, 10 straight points off assists. That's impressive, but it's easy when you move the ball.
Now, here is Harden. 8 points for him. Leaves the dishes to Terry. And some nice passing there by Houston. And so it looks like the Rockets will retain possession here. And some of these distributors have been very hot from beyond the arc this season. The best three-point shooting point guards in the league. Fifth on the list, Jason Terry.
Well, if there are no other options available, any of these guys can just step back and shoot the three. A great backup plan for any point guard to have.
Yeah, I'd love to see a three-point shooting contest just amongst the point guards so we could watch these guys do work. I mean, I don't know which one of them I'd choose, but they're all pretty good.
Here's Wade. James Harden picking up that last basket. And now here comes Terry late in the break. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 4 assists now tonight.
Just putting on a passing display out there.
Well, just add another fantastic assist to the highlight reel for this guy.
Terrific defensive play to cut him off and square up.
And he took a shot. Excellent toughness to get in there and make a play. I love that kind of work.
Goran Dragic is checked in for Miami. Kicks it out to Harden. It's stolen by Wade. In transition, here comes Miami. Tang with the ball. Shoots from 12. Again, the miss by the Heat.
You've got to like what they've been doing down there in the low post, Clark.
I do. I love it. Their rebounding has been outstanding. So important in a tight game.
The Heat trail by 4. And Dragic gets it to go on the assist by Wade. Wade's got his 4th assist in this one.
These guys know each other well, clearly, because that was a beautiful pass.
Smith for 3. Miami grabs the miss. Whiteside's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And it's Wade penetrating. Lays it up and banks it in. Wade's got it all tied up now for the Heat.
Late reaction from the defense, and he's always going to make good on that.
Stolen by Walker. Wade kicks to Dang. They now take the lead. Dang's got his 2nd basket of the night. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Heat.
And they've come out in attack mode defensively, applying pressure and stealing the ball repeatedly.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Well, the Rockets, wouldn't you say, are really to be commended, Clark, for rebuilding this team without tearing it down to the studs or tanking, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely, Kevin. I mean, they've improved dramatically with Harden and Howard. This is a team that's held a winning record in the West now for 8 straight seasons. That's pretty impressive.
It is. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Kevin, Dwight Howard certainly excited to be in Houston. He said, having guys like Hakeem and Kevin McHale on my side, I can't lose. They're going to really stay on top of me, and that's what I want. Olajuwon said, I'm like a kid in a candy store. He has the power. Now we're adding finesse to that power. A scary thought, Kevin.
He could be unstoppable, Doris. Thanks. Catching up on the changes with Miami. Udonis Haslem, he's checked in for Whiteside. Beasley comes in for Walker. Ennis, he's checked in for Luol Deng. And it's Johnson in for Dwayne Wade.
And the Rockets showed great patience and planning over time, freeing up cap space, acquiring young assets. That enabled them to trade for James Harden and, of course, attract Dwight Howard in free agency, too.
That one is no good.
And this Rockets team, for all of its success, is still young, still developing that chemistry, but make no mistake, they've elevated themselves from playoff contender to potential title contender. I think exciting times are certainly in store in Houston.
And he continues to search for his rhythm. It's eluded him to this point.
It's Howard with the drive. Rebound by the Heat. They host the Spurs after this one. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand.
A lot of fans focused on that matchup for San Antonio.
Block shots, a stat that sometimes doesn't tell the whole story. Big-time shot blockers aren't always elite defenders. And then the opposite is true. Their block shot totals don't quite capture that great impact they really have defensively.
And I think when you look at Hakeem Olajuwon, I mean, the numbers show that he was a phenomenal defensive player. 3,830 career blocks, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year. And I think you put him alongside greats like Bill Russell, who played before blocks were actually recorded, of course. But you put Olajuwon up near Russell in terms of maybe greatest interior defenders of all time. And we've got a moment to see some numbers for Trevor Ariza. He's averaging 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. I'm sure he's happy with the way things have been going. Those are some nice, steady numbers.
Well, how could he be unhappy about him, Steve? I mean, you'd probably like to see just a little more of an uptick in him, just the same, but nothing to not be content about there.
Miami shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And you take a look at the statistics. This club is shooting 74% as a team.
You know, their percentages dropped off just a little bit compared to